and I wanted to give you a heads up. I'm going to start uploading videos. Some of them will be some old ones to this channel. They're going to be mostly about finance, housing, different things like that. So I made some videos, but YouTube didn't like them because I had other people's images or whatnot in them, charts. But hey, I wanted to reach out to you guys because I don't want to be quiet, and we can do a little Q&A here if you want. But I just want to give you a heads up. So when the stock market, this is just stock market talk for right now. When the stock market finishes the third quarter of a year on a large downswing, as it did this year into September 30th, I told my friends and people who take my investment advice, I did share some videos with them and also texts and charts, and said, hey, if you want to do a short-term play, you can get in here at the end of September and play it for maybe a 5 to 10% pop. So I don't remember exactly where the market was. I follow the Dow mostly. I know that's probably not the best indicator, but that thing's been around forever and it's got 30 of the biggest companies. So it's a great thing to follow. Now, I told these same people, I said, if you hang in there, you have got to get out the final week of December or before January 5th, the first 2 days of the new year. This is just, I've been in the markets 40 years. I know you people go, oh, I want charts. I want to see this. I want to see that. Some of them didn't want to sell all at once. I get it, because you might miss out on the last minute 2-3% pop. So I gave advice to those people. And I'm not a financial advisor, but I will advise friends. So I'm not giving any advice here. But I said, okay, then starting the week before Christmas, because the market almost always goes up that week, sell 20% every day and get out by the 4th. Now, we have something that was yesterday. So we have something major going on. Yesterday was a humongous signal, and it was the second signal. When you have the third, that's when it gets pretty bad. So we have now had 2 signals. The other one, I'm driving, so I don't know for sure, but the other one was December 13th or 14th. You can look up a bar chart, a candlestick chart. The NASDAQ, so now I know I'm switching from the Dow to the NASDAQ, but the NASDAQ has always been a fantastic predictor of certain moves in the market. And on December 13th or 14th, the NASDAQ in the early hours of the trading day was up over 1%. The key to this, it only occurs a few times a decade. So this is a very important indicator, and I've just followed it my entire trading career. So it's not something you'll see very often. Keep this in your mind. It's a very, very good one. Comments are welcome. The NASDAQ was up 1% and finished down more than 1% that day on no news. The big key is no news. You can't have planes flying into buildings. Shouldn't have said that. You can't have wars starting. You can't have, the electrical grid going down. It has to be just in market trading. And what that means is the heavy hands get out in the morning, and then there's no buyers, and it falls in the afternoon because the little guy noticed to sell this morning. He's been riding the market up, thinks everything's good. So when the NASDAQ goes up more than 1%, trades it up 1% and finishes down more than 1%, that's a signal. Now, is that a, freak out and panic? No, but it's a very important signal. It says, wake up. Okay, we had one yesterday too. Yesterday morning, at least what I was following, the NASDAQ was up over 160, 70 points in the early hours, possibly pre-market, but right when it opened. And then the NASDAQ finished down more than 1% yesterday. Okay, that's signal 2 people within a month of each other, middle of December and now first part of January. That was the absolute. As soon as the NASDAQ turned down yesterday, I was like, sell it all. I even texted a couple friends. I said, hate me if you want, but I would sell it all today. Now, not trading advice. The thing you have to know is things can change very quick. So when you make a decision, you can't marry that decision. And what I mean by that is, if the Fed comes out tomorrow and says, hey, we're lowering rates, we're getting everybody 10,000, well, then the market's going to turn around. Yes, you're going to miss out on 1 or 2%. So, a jump that it's going to do. And you probably want to get back in because they flipped the switch. But what I'm talking about is in normal trading. And right now, what's going on with the Fed pulling its money out? People don't realize about $10 trillion dollars of the US stock market actually controls what the whole stock market does. I know you're going to look it up and see that it's 48 trillion is what all the companies are worth, but a lot of those just flatline forever. They're big companies that, that pay dividends or whatnot. So about 10% of the market, 10 trillion, controls the movement of markets. Now think about this for a second. So if you have 10 trillion, thanks for coming in, Alan. And the government is putting 130 billion a month in. That's a huge amount. What is that? That's 1% a month. So the government is actually providing 1% a month levity to the market. 10 trillion, 100 billion. Yeah, because over the year it'll be like 1.4 trillion last year. It was only 40 in. The government put in 1.4, and you're like, well, it only go up 1.4. You have to understand they put the 1.4 into the 10 trillion, which controls the indexes. So 14% of the stock market's gains last year were thanks to the government infusing money. Now, that they claim that they're going to back that off. We don't know, but I want you guys to be aware. Don't sell today. Yesterday was a signal day. Today's going to be a down day. In all likelihood, you're going to have one more down day or maybe 1.5 or something, but they're not going to let this thing free fall in January, just like they don't hardly ever let the market free fall in December. So keep that in mind. December and January are positive months. What I would recommend, this is not trading advice. I'm telling myself, I don't own any stocks, but I'm telling myself, hey, Jason, starting tomorrow, watch the price action. And over the next 5 to 7 trading days, sell out of your positions. That way you don't want to sell and then you get a 3% jump and you're like, Jesus, if I would have not sold. So what you get is you get a smoothed average of the next week's trading. So you didn't sell at the low, you didn't sell at the high. You averaged out in the second week of January, which isn't bad to do. Now, is there going to be a time to get back in this year? Maybe. So I don't ever make long-term predictions anymore with all the way they can change the rules and all that stuff. So this is just short-term. Things could get really ugly. They could also flatten out. But do you want to have your money in something that's real ugly or flattening out are the two options? Up is not an option. That's what I would say. Like December, whatever, 21st or 2nd, I said, okay, we're going to have a little rally here, 2, 3, 4% on most of the stocks. Use that as a selling opportunity. Another thing, if you've been thinking about borrowing money, I was preaching a month ago. I've got emails, texts, everything to show it. A month and a half ago, you could get mortgages at 3.1, 3 to 3.1. It's telling everybody, I know it's December, get off your duff, do something. Okay, folks, if you follow the 10-year treasury, it has now gone up 25% in the last 5 weeks. Yes, interest rates have increased roughly 25%. So we are up here at 3.6, 3.7% on home loans. You're like, oh, it's still under 4. Here's what you have to realize. That works if houses are only 200,000-300,000. You're like, yeah, but now that houses are 500,000, a half point increase in the interest rate, half of 1%, that is $2,500 a year. That works out to over $200 a month. Everybody who is not locked in, looking to buy, looking to refi, or whatever, has now just experienced a $200 increase in their living expenses. And yeah, people who make $100,000 a year as a family, that's not a huge deal. It's a knock. But what about all the people? There is a lot, especially single people and families that lower wages that make 40, 50,000 a year. So after taxes, you got 3 to 4,000 a month. You got a $200 hit. You haven't experienced it yet, but you're gonna experience it if you go to do anything with a mortgage or these apartment guys. They're gonna charge this as well, up apartment rents. So I want to bring those two things to you. Pay attention. Do not be fooled that the stock market is gonna have a rip-roaring year. I I told multiple people, I even made a couple videos about it, that when the Dow, I said the Dow was at 34, I know this. I said it's probably going to go above 36, probably going to set a new high. I said, do not get sucked into 36. Thousands start selling in the 36s. Maybe even go to 37. That was, I actually sent that to a buddy. I said the Dow Jones high is probably going to touch 37. I think we hit 36,900. But I said, don't be fooled. It will trade below that multiple times throughout the year. So if you can park that money somewhere else, earn 1% or 2% on it, or you need it to do something, and then you know you can get the money back. What I am saying is throughout this year, you will be able to buy the Dow Jones index for less than 36. And you're like, oh, well, that's not a big news. But it is, because why would you have your $100,000, $500,000, $1 million sitting in something that you know is going to go at some point in the future trade 3, 5, maybe 10% down? So NASDAQ hit 16.5. That thing could probably go down to 14, maybe less. So what are you talking there? That's 2,500 points off of 16.5. And that's a 15% decline. That's probably easy. That's coming. So anyway, be safe out there. Don't panic today. Don't be surprised if the market goes down a little bit more tomorrow. Watch it stabilize over the next week and use that as an opportunity. When it goes up 1% or it goes up 2 days in a row, sell. That's when you sell. Don't sell on a down day. And I'm sorry that I didn't bring this information to you sooner. Shouldn't really say I'm sorry, but I want to have these nice videos, nice charts, look cool like all the other guys, but my time schedule just doesn't allow for it. So I'm going to bring you these live streams. I will make some. I have those charts and those things set aside. Thanks for the likes. Give me a thumb up, please. Just say hi in the live chat if you can. And yeah, pay attention out there. Interest rates are going up. Home loans are going up. Home prices are going to have a hard time going up. Stock market's going to have a hard time going up. Interest rates aren't going to have a hard time going up. All right, you guys. Make it a wonderful day. Bye.